Studies show that less than 1% of venture capital gets invested into Black-owned businesses. Well, me and a group of my Wall Street colleagues are doing something about that. So let's chop it up. Hey guys, welcome to the hashtag Getrewoke podcast. I'm your host, Frederick D. Scott. I'm a private equity investor, business consultant, philanthropist, author, and contributing writer for Entrepreneur Magazine. I'm also a business mentor for the Northwestern Mutual Black Founder Accelerator, Generator, Stand-Up Venture Labs powered by MIT Solve, and I'm also a business mentor for Defy Ventures and the Bronze Valley Accelerator. I have over 15 years of experience in the finance industry, and I used to own an investment banking and advisory firm. Currently, I hold designations as a financial modeling and valuation analyst, capital markets and securities analyst, commercial banking and credit analyst, and I also hold a diploma in Islamic finance. And today is hashtag Situation Saturday. This is the time during the week where I come on and I talk about relevant events that are going on currently in the business and finance community. I bring them back to our community. I break them down so we can together hashtag make it make sense. Now, before I get into today's topic, I need everybody to hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification, leave me a comment at the bottom of this episode to let me know what you think. And if you haven't already and you're on an Android phone, I need you to hit that join button. And if you're on an iPhone, I need you to hit the link in the description or the link pinned to the comments at the bottom of this episode. So that way you can join the hashtag Real Woke Live Chat community and be eligible to participate in the hashtag Learn to Earn Cash giveaway, where I give away a minimum of $1,000 every month live right here on the hashtag Get Real Woke podcast. Now, let's get into it today. As y'all saw in my intro, I had to add a few things to my intro that we're going to be talking about a lot more today. And God, I do so much that sometimes even I forget what I do. Dang, it's crazy. But anyway, hey, listen, check this out, right? So today's topic, I want to talk about bringing Wall Street to Main Street. And as I told y'all in the intro, less than 1% of venture capital, this is what studies show now, less than 1% of venture capital gets invested into Black-owned businesses. But it's not just Black-owned businesses, it's women-owned businesses, it is businesses in disenfranchised communities of color in general. Less than 1% of Wall Street venture capital gets invested into Black-owned businesses. And that is a really big problem. One of the biggest struggles that we have as Black-owned business owners in our ability to grow a business, to start a business, to get it to a point to where it can be sold to someone else profitably, is the inability to access capital. And capital access difficulty has been discussed at various times throughout history and has been a hot button topic recently. So I want to talk about how it is that me and a group of my Wall Street colleagues have gone about working diligently to fix one of the biggest issues that plagues the Black-owned businesses in our community. Okay, so number one, as you guys know, I have the hashtag Get Real Woke podcast. And the reason why I started the hashtag Get Real Woke podcast was for a number of reasons. One of the primary reasons is because I wanted to be able to get free financial literacy and business development information to the community, hashtag for the free. I wanted people to be able to learn the information that they needed to be able to achieve the things that they want to achieve in their business and professional life. And one of the things I realized really quickly was that that is not enough. You need a lot more. Being able to grow a business successfully is a lot more than just getting information from a podcast. So I've been working on what I call my business development pipeline. I've been working on this for quite some time now, and it took a lot of work, a lot of discussions, and a lot of things to bring this to bear. So I'm very happy and very proud that we've gotten to this point and that it's to a level now where I feel comfortable discussing it publicly. So let's talk about that. So I called it Free Cash for Business, and I talked about incubators and I talked about accelerators. And so if you remember, and I give you the definitions again. So an incubator is a organization or a program that businesses can get involved in that allows them to be able to gain mentorship, guidance, build relationships, etc., etc. But oftentimes incubators are not funded. So you get the knowledge, you get the information, all of those things, but there's no funding tied to an incubator. Now, an accelerator is different. You get the mentorship, you get the guidance, you get the relationships, you get the access, but more importantly, accelerators fund businesses. They do that. They invest in businesses. Most accelerators invest in businesses, and they usually do it through an equity investment or a debt investment. So they either give you a loan that can be convertible to equity at a later time, or they make a direct equity investment and take a percentage of ownership in the business. But for early stage businesses that are trying to grow, venture capital and angel investments are a very key component of them being able to continue to grow and continue to scale. However, one of the things you need to know is that, if you don't have access to the right relationships, you're still not going to be able to get as far as you possibly could, because at the end of the day, right, it is very, you can't do much without relationships. As I always tell you guys, relationships make the world go round. Money is a byproduct of quality relationships. So, without the right relationships, you can have all the money in the world. You're still going to hit a ceiling in your ability to grow and scale. So let me tell you about a number of things that I've been able to put in place. So as I told you, we just talked about the podcast. So that's available, hashtag for the free. Now, what I realized is when I was thinking this through and when I was conversing with my business colleagues and my Wall Street colleagues about this situation, what I realized is that, we needed to set up something and we needed to have things available for no matter where you were. If you were thinking about starting a business, if you had just started a business, if you were starting to grow your business, if you were showing major growth in your business, et cetera, there needed to be something available for you at each stage. And so a number of organizations have been making big pushes in diversity, equity, and inclusion. They've been very, 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 very interested, especially on Wall Street. Wall Street has become very, very interested in trying to be more inclusive of businesses that come from Black and brown communities. So, one of the other things I looked at is, it's really interesting how, a person may go to jail, they may go to prison. And, a lot of times once they get out of prison and they're formally incarcerated, they have a felony. And it's very, 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 very difficult for them to be able to find employment. And what I've always said is, while a felony may make it very difficult for you to become an employee, it does not make it difficult for you to become an employer, right? And I think that that is a very important thing to understand. So, looking at the entire problem, this is what I've been able to kind of string together with my Wall Street colleagues and kind of bring together in one collective, cohesive business development pipeline. Let's talk about it because I'm really excited. So number one, right? Let's say that you went to prison. Let's say that you're formally incarcerated. You got out and you've decided that you want to start a business. You don't know what to do. You don't know where to go. You don't know what the steps are to take to be able to start that business, but you're looking for help. You're looking for guidance. You're looking for the right information from credible people. Well, the great news is Defy Ventures, which is a national program. Defy Ventures' whole mission is to help formerly incarcerated people start businesses and be able to grow these businesses to a point of success. Here is the great news about Defy Ventures. Defy Ventures program is so innovative that they have a less than 3% recidivism rate for the people that go through their program, which means that less than 3% of people that go through this program go back to prison. That's really, really interesting. Yo, shout out to Max B. What up, Max B? So now, I'm a business mentor at Defy Ventures, so I can speak to this program very well, right? So I'm one of the business mentors. I teach their financial modeling course over at Defy Ventures, and it's a very, very beautiful program. At the end of this program, companies that make it to the end of this program have the ability to be able to pitch to Defy's investment committee and get up to $10,000 in grant funding. Now, I didn't say that equity funding or debt funding. I said grant funding. This is grant funding, right? So this is money that they give you to be able to help you continue to grow your business and fund operations. And I think that is a really, really, really good thing for formerly incarcerated people. So I'm very proud to be mentoring at Defy Ventures. Now, all of you guys are probably saying, hey, wait a minute, like, what about the people that are not formally incarcerated? What you got for them? So that's a good thing. That's great that you asked. So if you are not formally incarcerated, what you have access to is what's called Generator. Now, Generator is the largest venture capital-backed accelerator program in the country, period. And I'm a business mentor over at Generator, so I can speak to them very, very, very well. So first of all, let's say that you have the idea of starting a business. You want to start a business, but you don't know how. Generator has 2 pre-accelerators that you can get into. One is called Generator's G Alpha Pre-Accelerator Program. It's non-funded, but it's free to apply to, free to get into. And what they do for you is they help you go from idea to launched. That's what G Alpha does. That is, and if you remember, and I don't know if for you guys who've been following me for a long time, you remember that I had Infoniso Ekong on, and I'll probably bring him on again. But I had Infoniso on, who is the director of social impact and economic opportunity over at Generator, and who runs the G Alpha and G Beta program. I had him on before. I'll pin that video at the end of this episode. But I had him on before, and he talked about G Alpha and G Beta. So G Alpha, if you have the idea to start a business, G Alpha, you apply to G Alpha. It's free to apply, free to get into, and they take you from where you are with thought to actually starting that business. And that's a great thing. And the cool thing is, even formerly incarcerated, you can still go to G Alpha. Even if you're a graduate from Defy Ventures program, you can still go into G Alpha if you feel like you need more information. And the cool thing is, so Infoniso and myself have talked to Defy Ventures, and we're able to put together kind of a soft partnership whereby graduates from the Defy Ventures program can lateral straight into G Alpha or G Beta, depending where their business is at that time. Now, let's say you've already started your business, you start to make a little bit of money in there, but you're having a hard time in your business. You can actually apply for Generator's G Beta program. It's a pre-accelerator as well, so it's not funded, but you can apply to Generator's G Beta program. It is free to apply to. I'm a mentor over there as well. And the cool thing is, you get into this program and you get the relationships, you get the mentorship, you get the guidance, and this program will actually help you begin to grow and scale your business. Now, after you get through G Alpha and G Beta, let's say that because of the things that you learned in the G Beta program, you've begun to really show traction. You've begun to really show growth in your business, and let's say you're a tech business. You're like fintech, you're insure tech, you're some type of technology business that's Black owned. The great news about that is there's an accelerator called the Northwestern Mutual Black Founder Accelerator. And I'm a business mentor there too. At the Northwestern Mutual Black Founder Accelerator, this is a funded accelerator. They take 5 people into their cohort 2 times a year. And every person that gets accepted into the cohort, every business that's accepted into that cohort gets a $100,000 investment into their business, either via equity or via debt. Every single person that gets into the cohort gets $100,000 invested into their business. This isn't something I heard. This isn't something that I read somewhere. I'm a business mentor over there. I can speak to it firsthand. It's happening. It's real time. And the cool thing is, man, these are all Black-owned businesses. These are all businesses. Man, when you talk about that Black folks magic, when you talk about Black girl magic, I've seen some amazing companies in this program that are killing it, that are doing things that you haven't heard of yet. A lot of them you're going to start seeing on my podcast, because I'm going to start highlighting these businesses on my podcast, because more of the community needs to know that there are successful Black-owned businesses out here that's out here killing it and doing very innovative things. Now, what happens if you're not a tech-based business, but you want access and you want to be able to get into a program that's funded as well? Well, Generator has an agnostic, and what agnostic means is that they don't discriminate based on the type of business that you're in. They have an agnostic flagship accelerator that does the same thing that Northwestern Mutual does. The only difference is, and by the way, Northwestern Mutual's Black Founder Accelerator is in partnership with Generator. So they work together, by the way. And so the crazy thing is, Generator has a flagship accelerator that does the same thing that the Northwestern Mutual Black Founder Accelerator does, but it's open to various different types of businesses, and there is no mandate that you are just Black. It's open to every skin color, every ethnicity, every race, and they invest $100,000 into every business via equity or debt. Again, not something I heard, not something I read, something I know for a fact, because I am a business mentor at Generator. I'm telling you what I know for a fact. And so the really cool thing is, right, to take this a step further. So as you see, and what I want you to take away from this is, as you see, between myself and my Wall Street colleagues, we've been able to put together an entire business development pipeline, working with some of the largest companies in the United States and some of the most well-recognized companies globally, to help our community get access to capital, get access to Wall Street relationships, Wall Street capital, Wall Street teaching, knowledge, information. And it's game-changing. This is game-changing. Moreover, and this is why, I always tell people, hey, join the hashtag Real Woke Live Chat community. Here's what I'm trying to tell you and what I'm trying to get you to understand. Part of the reason why I'm giving the $1,000 away every single month is because I want to be able to help you fund your business at the initial early stages. That's my goal. I want to be able to help businesses in our community who are still at the thought stage or who just started, be able to get a little capital to be able to launch that business. So that way you're already incorporated and already operating and able to take full advantage of this business development pipeline that I've been able to put together with my Wall Street colleagues. Hey, check this out. It gets even better, right? What you don't know, and what I keep trying to tell y'all, is being a member of the hashtag Real Woke Live Chat community, right? I have a private Facebook group. And in that private Facebook group are a number of my Wall Street colleagues. They're in there to help mentor and guide you and network with you. So what you're able to do, right, by joining the hashtag Real Woke Live Chat community is gain access to very credible, very well-respected people on Wall Street that you would not normally have access to. And this costs you a grand total of $10 a month. That's the crazy thing. You're paying $10 to join the hashtag Real Woke live chat community, but I am bringing Wall Street to Main Street. I am using my relationships, my contacts from over 15 and a half years at this point on Wall Street to bring these colleagues to y'all so y'all can meet them and network with them. And these aren't just like some analyst, some, copy room guy. No. These are managing directors. These are directors. These are people running these programs that I am bringing to the community to be able to give you access. These are the same people that when you apply for these programs, which are free, are going to be the ones evaluating your application and granting you admission to these different programs that I have outlined. So it is very important to build the relationships with them early before you apply. So when you apply, they can be like, oh, I know him. I talk to him in Fred's Facebook group all the time. Like, yeah, that's a really good dude. I know her. Like, that's a really good person right there. They got a really good thing going on, and we really want to help them. And here's the great thing about it. Let's say that, because I take this mentor thing very, 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 very seriously, right? So I run office hours on Friday for all the cohorts, all the different organizations and accelerators that I'm a business mentor for. I open office hours for all the participants in the programs. So that way, if they have additional questions, they need additional guidance, they need additional mentorship, I provide that one-on-one for them. I give them an hour of time anytime they're able to get on the calendar. And I do that hashtag for the free. That's what's really going down. So let's say you graduated from Defy Ventures. You waiting for the next cohort to start for G Alpha. You can still get on my calendar because you were a participant. You are an alumni of Defy Ventures, where I'm a business mentor at. You can get on my calendar, and I'm still working with you one-on-one, still mentoring you while you're waiting to get into the next cohort, get into the next program, so you can continue to gain the knowledge, continue to gain the information, and get access to that capital. And here's the crazy thing. So now I told you that Northwestern Mutual's Black Founder Accelerator and Generator's flagship accelerator program are giving you $100,000. What I didn't tell you, and what's really important too, is the fact that not only do they give you $100,000, but they introduce you to venture capital, angel investors, private equity investors like myself, that you can go pitch with, meet, talk to, show what you're doing, who will potentially invest in your business. I'll give you a good example of what that looks like, right? So there's a company called Freeman Capital. Freeman Capital is owned by Calvin Williams. And you guys are going to meet Calvin, because I'm going to have Calvin on the podcast to tell y'all for himself, because I don't want y'all to just take my word for it. I'm going to start bringing these people on the podcast so you can talk to them, right? So you can hear from them, so you can hear what they got to say, right? So Calvin owns Freeman Capital. Calvin started it with, and he was in the last cohort at the Northwestern Mutual Black Founder Accelerator, right? Calvin, check this out. Calvin had the goal of raising $1.5 million. Calvin raised $1.8 million because of his ability and his because he was able to participate in the Northwestern Mutual Black Founder Accelerator. How would it feel for your company to be able to raise that kind of money? That's the power of Wall Street. That's the power of relationships. That's the power of being in these programs. We open doors and access to opportunity. That's what we're doing here. This ain't never been done before. This has never been done before. There has never been a business development pipeline out there in these streets for our community, right? That can help you no matter where you are in your business life cycle, even if whether you're just thinking about starting a business or have already started a business or are at a stage where you're growing and need real capital for your business. There has never been a straight up pipeline that you can go from here to here to here to here to here and be able to take advantage of a whole thing that can change your whole business trajectory. Studies show, right? And I need you to know this too, because it's really important. Studies show that businesses that go through accelerator programs have a much higher probability of lasting longer than 5 years. Most businesses, 98% of startup businesses fail within the first 5 years. Studies show that number drastically reduces for businesses that go through accelerator programs. And again, if you ain't hear me say it before, All of this stuff is hashtag for the free, baby. It's free to apply. It's free to participate. It's free to get in these programs. So y'all gonna be hearing a lot more about this in the press because, interestingly enough, you know what I mean? Again, this is something that has never been done before. And so because of that, of course, and I don't be, I'm not a bragger, right? I don't do that. But, it's a lot of press outlets trying to talk to me about this now because the word is getting out about what I've been able to put together and what I've been able to string together with my Wall Street colleagues, right? Because this is unheard of. It has never been done. So y'all about to start hearing about this in some pretty large publications. And I'm really excited about that because we are doing our damnedest to raise awareness about what we're doing here at these different programs. And I think the greatest thing about it is because, I've been mentoring at all these different programs. And what I noticed is everybody was doing great work, but they were doing it in silos. They were working individually. So I played conductor because I got all the relationships. I played conductor and brought everybody together so we could widen and deepen the impact. That's what it's about. You know what I mean? So I'm really, really, really excited about this. I mean, I'm excited about what we bring into the Black community because this right here is what's going to change the game. This right here is what's going to shape the narrative about Black-owned businesses. See, a lot of these companies weren't trying to invest in Black-owned businesses because they didn't think the owners were smart enough to be able to do that. And be able to manage that kind of capital and be able to grow and manage a business properly to be able to get them the targeted rate of return. We demonstrating differently. It's a company in the cohort right now. I ain't gonna speak of them yet. I'm gonna let them come on the podcast, right? But check this out. It's a company in the Northwestern Mutual Black Founder Accelerator right now. Two black women. They doing something phenomenal. One is a Harvard graduate. One is a diplomat. One was a diplomat. One had been in law for 10 years at a major white shoe law firm, graduated from Harvard Law School. Listen, we got real people out here. Our community has a level of innovation, a level of grit, a level of determination, a level of follow through that people don't know about. So what we decided to do, and by the way, the people that you're going to be working with at these accelerators, Infoniso is a black guy. P. Drew, Precious Drew, who's the managing director at the Northwestern Mutual Black Founder Accelerator. She's a black woman. Ya Joy is a black woman. I just want you to know that majority of these programs over at Defy Ventures, Jeanette, who is the tri-state director, right, she's a Hispanic woman. It's people of color doing this. We doing this. They may work at these organizations, but we the ones leading the charge on this program. On these programs here, it's people that look like you and me leading the charge right now. We demonstrating what can be done, what's possible. And we put some great companies through. And I'm excited about this because we are literally changing people's lives. So listen, I just wanted to come on real quick. I wanted to share that with y'all. I want to let y'all know what's going on behind the scenes because y'all see me come up here all the time. And you know what I mean? I'm very low key with my movements, right? But something like this, right, is something that we're raising awareness on because we want more of our community's businesses to know about this. We want more of our community's businesses to be applying. We more of our community's businesses participating in these opportunities and getting access to this Wall Street capital because this is unparalleled. This is an unprecedented time in history right now, and we need to be taking maximum advantage of this. So, hey, y'all, I'm going to drop the links to these different companies at the end of this podcast episode so you can check them out for yourself. And I'm getting ready to get back on my hashtag Q&A Sundays, and you guys are going to start. This podcast is about to change up. Y'all about to see people from Wall Street coming on speaking to y'all, Black-owned businesses that have gone through these programs and found tremendous success going to be coming on, telling y'all about these programs, right? I'm going to bring the people to y'all. Y'all going to hear it for yourself. I'm just the first one to talk about it on my own podcast, right? But I'm going to bring my people on to tell you about it. People that the managing directors, the directors, etc., are going to come right here to this podcast and talk to y'all, tell y'all about the programs themselves, tell you about the success rates themselves. I'm going to start highlighting business. I'm going to do a business spotlight on my podcast where I'm going to highlight Black-owned businesses that are successful, doing good things, that started the same place that you might be at right now. You know what I mean? and have been able to find success because they participated in these programs. You know what I mean? So I'm going to start doing that. I'm going to open up my floor to Q&A so people can talk to these businesses, talk to these managing directors, have discussions with them, and learn from them. They're in the private Facebook community. So if you join the hashtag Real Woke Live Chat community, you know what I mean? You're going to be able to talk to these people and network with these businesses and these managing directors and these people that are running these programs every day. You're going to be able to put comments in there. They're going to be putting comments in there. You're going to be able to ask them questions. They're going to be answering questions. Hashtag, that's what we're doing. Hashtag, that's what we do. You know what I mean? So, I just want to share all that with y'all. I hope that y'all listening. I hope y'all hearing me. But don't worry, y'all going to be reading about this a lot more in just a second. Like, I'm so excited. I cannot wait. Y'all going to be seeing a lot of my people up here. And I'm excited because, baby, we did it. We doing it, baby. We doing it, man. We put it together. We got it together. This was not easy. It was not easy. But we done put it together, baby. Oh, it's lit. Oh, it's lit. We leveling up today, baby. Let's get it. So with that said, y'all, if you haven't already, definitely hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification. Definitely leave me a comment at the bottom of this episode to let me know what you think. And listen, if you haven't already, you need to be hitting that join button if you want an Android phone. And if you want an iPhone, you need to be hitting the link in my description or hitting the link that's going to be pinned to the bottom of this episode to join the hashtag Real Woke Live Chat community. Because not only are you going to be eligible to participate in the hashtag Learn to Earn Cash giveaway, where I give away a minimum of $1,000 every month live right here on the hashtag Get Woke podcast, but you're going to be able to start building your network with the right type of people and creating the intros necessary to the types of people that have the access that you need to be able to take your business where you want it to go. So with that said, I appreciate all of y'all who listen to me. This is an episode that definitely needs to be shared. So if you hearing this episode, if you listening to this episode, I'm going to need you to share this with everybody that you know, right? So that way they can know what's going down for real, because this right here, game changing. So with that said, y'all, until the next hashtag Situation Saturday, I'm out.